Alright, here's some good news for all you North Americans. Maybe for you Aussies if you get up early enough. But 8 o'clock in the morning here, is it? Only 8:40. Gee, time's running away. I've been so busy answering questions and helping people out and stuff. So, here, let's have a look here in the morning. And, during my night, well, look, here's Russia's event yesterday, remember? Moscow, whammo, great big run, cleaned up, 55% win, serious amount of money in it because I knew it was going to happen. So, for you guys, why am I saying the US? Because, see here, it's again, this is what's happened here. Let's go to, what is this event? It's happening every day at exactly the same time now on a regular basis. I love all this volatility. So let's go down here to Sydney, Australia. You know, there's 20 plus million people there. Sydney is the wealthiest country on the earth. Think about that. The wealthiest country on the earth. Sydney is the wealthiest city. Sorry, not country. Wealthiest city on the earth. It's insanely wonderful. I left there back in 25th April 1986. It was a Thursday. I have a weird thing with my memory. So, 5 o'clock, 5:30, here's our initial, yeah, there was a, it unlocked, but it doesn't matter, it comes back, let's say it's back to here, even if we took it from here. And then here we are, 6 o'clock. So here's the initial, guys waking up, getting on there, doing their work remotely, not in the office, and then here they are. So they're down in Pitt Street, if I remember rightly. I used to go to Elliot Gould's brother. Remember him? Elliot Gould, the actor. His brother Robert Gould, who was a good friend of mine, was the largest merchant banker in Australia. I met him through Kerry Packer. Had a contract for Kerry Packer. The Kerry Packer that's dead, not the younger Kerry Packer. The original Kerry Packer. When he owned Channel 9 Studios. I had my building company. We did lots and lots of work for years for Channel 9. Anyway, back on track. Here it is, zip, right? So, if you're able to get in here, 5%, there's another 50% gain. Let's say 40 if you got in. But look, at 6 o'clock, here we go here. Now, I don't understand how you guys can't figure out. I know I'm giving you a hard time. It's so simple to use Time Buddy. But I think it's easier here. Look, for you guys in New York. Now, I'm not going to do East Coast, Central, Mountain, Pacific time. You can figure that out for yourself. So, when's this event happening every time for you? In the mid-afternoon. Go here on your Bybit account, in your exchange, go down here, go to New York, or go to where you live, right? Go to a city like this. Chicago is Central, Denver is Mountain, Los Angeles is Pacific. So, what time is it? One of my kids, what time is it? Eating time. Having breakfast in there. Okay, look, 2:30 in the afternoon. See that? And then the 6 a.m. one is 3 in the afternoon. So 2:33 in the afternoon, be ready, right? Be ready earlier, 2:30. Your time, New York, which would be 1:30 for Central Time, Chicago, Kansas, right? All that time, which would be 12:30 for Denver and all you guys in the mountain region. And then that would be 11:30 in the morning for you guys out in LA and up into Seattle and Oregon on the Pacific coast, right? And you weirdos in Arizona that don't know about, you're on the, I guess you guys aren't on daylight saving anymore, are you? Yeah. So, there you go, you US folks. You've got a great run every day now. This is happening on a regular basis. We're going to start to see this on the super major markets. Crypto is going to become very adaptable to people. People are going to want it, especially when their local governments, their local economies, they're all starting to wake up. You know it. You go to the store, you go to the gas pump, you go to pay your bills, like holy cow. Our electricity bill is doubled. Our food bill in the last 3 months is getting really close to being doubled. It's about 70% more for the every 10 days. You go for a big shopping with all the kids and everything. and it's 70+% more. And we buy exactly the same thing all the time. Because, you know, it's not a great big selection here. Everything is, that's what's happening. And everyone's starting to realize that. They're all starting to wake up, right? Everyone's starting to wake up. We're not talking about woke society or anything. They're just starting to wake up. Holy cow, our financial situation's in a pickle, and the Federal Reserve and the central banks have used all the tools that they can use, right? They used the tool of printing money to try and get out of this pickle they were in. Back in 2008, they did it again through the quantitative easing through the last 3 years. They used the tool of lowering the interest rates. They used the tool of issuing the bonds. All that's gone now. All of that. You can't go lower than 0%. So they've got no more tools left. So now they're in a serious trouble. So that's why you're seeing what's happening. And with that, what do people do? They start to move to crypto. But you know what the big institutions do, and the banks and the finance companies? They do the same. They do the same. They got to start, you see, holding cash is not a viable proposition these days, because your value of your cash is losing. So holding cash is not a good thing. So when you can see this on a regular basis now. Sydney is the first one. All right, Sydney, Australia, 2:30 in the afternoon for you guys in America. Good for you guys. Hey, New York, Chicago, Denver, Los Angeles. 2:30, 1:30, 12:30, 11:30. You figure out your time zone. This is New York. See, I'm down here on New York time. See here, New York. So that's the first one that happens in the day. The second one that happens in the day is Moscow time, right? Here it is here. Let's go over. I'm going to show you. Let's go to Moscow. That's the next one. So you go to where you are, right? Here's Moscow, right? And off it goes. 5 o'clock in the morning. Boom. Now we get to ride both ways. I've done that in the video, right? So there we go with that one. So what is that time? Let's have a look. What is that time for you guys in North America? For you Aussies, I don't have to explain this to you. You know how to do it. You just go to your Perth or Sydney to your one. But for you guys, this is 10 o'clock at night, right? So 9 o'clock, right? 9:30, get ready for the first one. 10 o'clock, there it is. And you know, you go make some money last thing before you go to bed. So 10 o'clock New York, 9 o'clock Chicago, 8 o'clock Denver, 7 o'clock Pacific. Got it? And then what happens after that? The next one after that, we're going back in time because we're doing it, is London, right? And then the one, you can figure this out. You go look what time in London it is at 6 a.m. That's in, that's in your, for you Americans, that's in your 2-3 a.m. So you miss that one. And then the next one is you get up in the morning early to catch the New York one. Now, because we're getting these huge new markets like this, Moscow, look what happened yesterday. We had just this little British one. Remember I showed you yesterday, it was just slowly growing. Now finally got some steam. Late. Let's go look. Come on, let's go look. London. You know, I go up here and everyone goes, what's that? All right, I'll go to London. Okay, see here? It finally took off at 8:30. But here at 5:30, where it usually starts, it started and then it was just, you know, that was so tentative, right? I put out that video. I'll put up 8 minutes 40 seconds. I'll put a card up here. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Londoners were tentative. Then it took off. And then New York just didn't happen, right? They were watching everything. It was over the 40. They just went, you know, it's not getting higher. We can't pump this thing up higher. They probably gave it a shove. Let's have a look here. Let's go to New York. I didn't even bother. I wasn't around. I was just having fun. Yeah, see? It was at 10 o'clock in the morning before anything started to happen at New York. Gave it a little bit of a shove because it got down to that, getting close on that 40 region. And went, let's give it a shove, try and get it, but that's it, right? So it was a little tentative. So today looks like good action. Why? Because here's Sydney in the morning, right? Let's go down to Sydney. Sydney in the morning. Looks like good action, right? That's a 55% gain. There's some serious money to be made for you guys in New York now. Chicago, Kansas, Denver, Pacific Coast, right? All right, pay attention. Hey, look, let's do a real quick check. What are we at? How's the armies? 1 hour, pretty weak. 3 of them in a row, right? All 3 Caitlins, 1, 2, 3. Wicks out of the bottom and the top, not much meat. Not well sure whether they want to be green or red, right? They're all arguing with each other. Come on, guys. The captain's saying, you get your rifles loaded, will you fix your bayonets, we're going to charge. And they're going, well, look, the last 2 hours, boss, hasn't been going so good. See, we're this 40,000, 41,000, you know, Bitcoin, we're not in a bull market. Bull market's when it's above 60, right, from last time, right? We're just hanging in there, in the middle. And let's see what 6 hour is. Okay, we're all green, right? So, play the longs, take the dumps after it, all right? Play the longs, take the dumps after it. It's very, 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 you know, the dumps with the big 4 markets. Just play the longs, right? Just go out and long them. We're right in the middle here on this 40. All right, we're right in the middle of this. It just, I don't see it getting through, you know. Here, I'm going to say something. I'm going to put something out here. We're only up in this region because of these big markets and the players coming in and everybody moving out of their fiat into crypto. Institutions parking their money because cash is getting killed, right? Cash is really, bonds, you know, if you understand how bonds work and that's why I'm not so worried about China and China's threat. Here I go in politics. Why? Because remember, they bought trillions of dollars of US debt in bonds a decade, 15 years ago. They're sitting on that. They're sitting on that. That's why they can't bail out their own economy at the moment. So I'm not so worried about that with China. But if you're holding cash, right, and that's what big institutions are doing at the moment because the economy closed right down, so they had to move out of their shares, move out of industries into cash. Now they need to get somewhere else. What's the most obvious option? Crypto. So if we were not in this predicament, which is good for us, we would be down in the low 30s. If not, I'll call it. I've called it before. I guarantee we're going to go down to 26.8. There you go. I said it. Market. All right, 12 minutes too long. Fantastic day, little bit of cloud cover. Lucille's out doing the plants this morning. She's propagating. There's a word for you. Go look that up. She takes them and splits them and makes 2 plants out of 1. I don't know how they feel about that. That'd be like Siamese twins losing their partner. That might be a good thing. That might be a bad thing. I wonder why I thought of that. All right, there's something for you to think about today. See you later.